today I am going to not only be setting up my project planner, but I'm going to chat a little bit about how I've been using it and how it has been helping me stay on top, or mostly stay on top, of my creative and planner projects. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And yes, today we will be in my horizontal MakseLife planner, and I am going to be chatting a little bit about how I have been using this particular planner to stay on top of my crafting projects, as well as making sure I'm in my planners and things of that nature. Now, this may morph into more of projects generally, as you know, weather starts warming up in the spring and things of that nature. But right now it is strictly kind of my crafting projects. I have done several setup videos of this particular planner, and I've gone over how I've used it verbally, but I figured let's kind of do more of like a hands-on. So of course I'm going to decorate and things of that nature, but I'm also going to show you how I kind of plan out some of those projects and what I mean by planning them out. I could show you what I did last week, but I think it'll still be easier if I actually just go ahead and tell you. So yeah, that is what we're going to do today. I am going to be using some Winter Allure stickers from Live Love Posh. I'm really trying to use a lot of my winter sticker books because as I started thinking, I'm like, wow, I'm going to really have to use all of my Valentine related stuff at least through like the first few weeks of February. So that means I don't have that much time to use all of these winter sticker books that I have on my shelf. So this is what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use this just because this is my project planner and things of that nature. So I figured let's just go that route. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate. And while I decorate, I hope I can like think and talk at the same time. I'm going to chat a little bit about how this has been helping me. And then after I decorate, we'll actually, start planning it out. So I was not able to decorate the spread and chat with you all at the same time. So we're going to do this as a voiceover. Let's talk project planner and how this came to be a part of my lineup. So this started back in September of last year. And the reason why it honestly started was two reasons. First of all, at like kind of my mid-year planner journal check-in, I realized that having a separate goals planner, or at that time a goals journal, was not working. So I needed to like pivot and include my goals planning with another planner. However, none of my planners would really fit the bill when it came to combining goals with the planner. So I started kind of like looking through my stockpile, and I did have a MakseLife 6-month planner that had been sitting on my shelf for a couple of years. It was undated. So I decided, let's use this. But what am I going to use the planner pages for? I didn't want them to go to waste because, again, that would be just using it as a goals planner, which I realized already that wasn't something that worked. And at the time that I was thinking about using it, I was also getting ready to paint my new French doors. And I started like writing down a list on just like a piece of paper of everything I needed to prep for my painting of my French doors. I needed to sand, I needed to buy all of this stuff. I needed to like basically dedicate a few days to like priming one of the other doors so it can match. Yeah. That's beside the point. And then it kind of clicked. Maybe let me use the planner pages to plan out these types of projects. And it worked great for that one project, but that was the only thing that was in the planner, and it was only for like 3 or 4 days because like some days I had to go buy the stuff and then I had to start prepping it. And I'm like, now what? Now that the project's over, now what? And then I was like, projects, crafty projects. So yeah, that's how it was born. Basically, I was like, let me do this same type of concept of planning out things about like my journaling projects and crafting projects and things of that nature. So yeah, I started doing that, like I said, September, October, and it worked well. And I purchased another MakseLife planner, which you know, it's an outdated planner. It was like a great price at the time because I'm like, I think I want to continue this. I think I want to continue this into the new year. So that is how this idea came about. I will say that I have now seen several videos that people have been doing these project planners for years. I had wished I had stumbled upon those videos sooner because maybe I would not have waited so long to come up with this. But with that said, this has been a great help for me. I will get into more of that when I actually start my setting up and filling in some of the days of the week. But yeah, quite, you know, simply that's how I stumbled upon this whole project planner concept. It was something that I didn't know I needed until I just had a planner that I needed to figure out how to fill the pages. So nothing spectacular there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. There we go. I realized pretty early on, you probably saw my hands moving and not stickers going on the page because I was trying to talk and decorate. It did not work. I started repeating myself a lot, and that tends to happen when I'm focusing more on the decorating versus what I'm saying. So yeah, I had to go quickly decide, this isn't working. I'm going to do it as a voiceover, but I am going to do this chatting with you guys. So the decorations are here. As I decorate, I have pretty much kind of landed on a kind of go-to as far as decorating. You can see the current week that I'm in. You can kind of see how things are. I will add boxes because I like to add boxes. I'm definitely going to add a box here. We will chat about that as we go through it. I do need to redate this though. So let me grab. All right, guys. So I went ahead and also covered the days of the week because these dates had days of the week that matched them. I usually do not cover the days or the dates if they're fine, if they're like correct. I don't cover them with the same thing. For some reason, I'd rather just hoard my stickers. So I had to change the dates, obviously, because this is a 2025, but I didn't have to change this, but it kind of looked out of place with the big bold numbers and nothing here. So that's why I did it. Plus, I don't really know when I would use these. I feel like they go much better in a weekly versus like a monthly, which is when I usually use my day of the week stickers. So now we're going to talk about how I use this planner and how I've been using it for 3 weeks. Let's get that out there. Because like I said, this is kind of a more new to me planner. Kind of mapping out creative projects and even getting into my planners. That is also something that I consider part of my crafting projects. So this is a new concept to me. So what I'm doing right now might completely change come February and March, and it's definitely going to change once I start adding other non-creative projects into here. But the first thing I want to do is actually switch to my weekly actions. I am not going to do all of my weekly actions because again, we're only focusing on my project planner. But there are projects that I like to add to my weekly actions. Now, I do not have a creative section. I was kind of putting that in personal, but I've just kind of been putting them wherever. So there might be a creative project here, might be one here, whatever. It doesn't matter as long as they're written, right? And when I'm thinking about weekly actions, these are more to-dos. But they are not going to be to-dos that I just kind of do and I don't have a problem doing them, meaning I don't conveniently forget about doing them. So I'm not going to put catch-all planner on here or anything like that because I'm pretty good about setting that up, or if I forget to set it up, it's not a big deal. I'll just come in each day and kind of write all of my stuff in there. Or I shouldn't say forget to set it up. Don't decorate it. If it's not decorated, it's fine. I'll just have pen. But that is a planner that I don't forget to use unless it's like a really bad week and I'm not using anything. So that one is something that I'm not going to put on here. This planner is not something I'm putting in here. Obviously, I'm already doing it, but again, I'm just trying to give you guys examples. My health and wellness is also not a planner I put in here. There's one exception. We'll probably get to that actually today. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist about what would go in here. So we're going to start with a few of the ones that I want to put in here. So like I said, I'm trying to put projects on my weekly actions, things that I don't gravitate toward regularly, or I just don't gravitate toward altogether. These are generally older projects that I'm trying to finish. A prime example is for the current week that I'm in, one of the projects that I need to finish is my reading journal. So that was part of my weekly actions for last week, my 2025 reading journal. I need to wrap that up because if I keep ignoring it, it's just not going to happen. And then at some point I'm going to forget everything. And it's just, like I said, it's just not going to happen. And I've been mentioning for the past several weeks when I've been setting this up, I really need to get into my travel memory keeping journal because I'm trying to, I created a new one. So now I'm trying to like backtrack and include photos and things of that nature from prior trips. And we're talking about like 10 plus years worth of prior trips. Prior to that, I don't really have a lot of the photos, so it's just going to be pen. So I do need to include those as well, but I need to consistently be doing that so that way it'll eventually be caught up. So I'm going to add my trip planner here. Not planner, memory keeper. And what I want to work on this week, I think I might have some extra hours to play with this week. Monday is a holiday, but it's not technically a holiday for me. So if I work, I will earn comp time, but I might not have to work my full 8 hours. I don't know yet. As of the filming, I don't know yet. So I might have some more time to play with. So I'm going to put a couple of things on here. The first thing is I want to focus on international trips. Those are the easiest for me to memory keep because those are the ones I started taking a lot more international trips in like 2014. And a lot of those I can locate photos on social media that I posted. Not a lot because I don't post a lot on there. I just post a few so family and stuff can see some photos of my trip. But those are easier to get. The other thing I want to finish up is I really want to work on my cruise section, because I'm going on another cruise come May. So I feel like that's a good one. The like United States trips are going to be a lot harder because I want to track all of them in some way, shape, or form. Some of them is just going to be words, but I need to like use my brain a lot more to like recall some of those. So yeah, this is the ones I'm going to focus on probably for the next few weeks. So whatever I don't finish, it'll go to my memory. To my weekly actions for that week. All right, so that is going to be one here. If for some reason I don't finish my reading journal, I will add that here too. I guess I'm probably going to do this on Sunday night. So at that point, I will have a good idea of what I've done and what I haven't done. The other thing that I am slacking on, which is going to be part of my personal, is I need to definitely work on incorporating my H&O daily into evening routine. And I still want this one every other day. And the reason why is this is a big factor for a lot of my creative projects. It's like the jumping off point for a lot of my creative projects. Plus, it's also just going to be helpful for life in general. But my H&O daily, I do after the day has completed, and I want to come in, I want to record the day and kind of use it as a memory keeper. But it's also going to be functional because I do need to write things that I did just in like a list format. And I feel it should be fairly easy for me to do it every other day, as far as I can come in and do 2 days at a time. My memory, while it can be bad, I don't think it's that bad where I should be able to remember what I did yesterday as well as today, and that should be fine. However, last week I did I did the entire week. And that was not very, I don't want to say it wasn't productive because I did it, but yeah, it was a problem. So that is something that I need to do. I think as far as other projects, I think everything else can kind of come and go. Like I said, the reading journal will get added if I don't do it for some reason this week. So let's talk about here. Obviously, these two are going to come on here. The reason why I put them here and I put them here is because this is going to be like priority projects. So this is what is like coming out as like, this is what you got to do this week. Some of these probably can be pushed off. So I am going to use boxes. I am going to use bullet points because I'm a decorative planner. Plus, like, I can give myself more space here. I might be able to actually, can I move this over a little bit? It's fine. It's fine. Because, no, I need more space here. So I'll just use a box. So how I use this and how I'm going to be using this today is especially coming up this time of the year, I need to keep track of what I'm going to need to do that week for my weekly everyday planner and crafting project setups. I like to map out some of the stickers that I may want to use. It's easier to do it in advance than waiting to the day of, because sometimes that just takes so long that I never actually get to decorating. I'll just end up pulling out the sticker books and sitting it on my desk and doing it the next day. So this does take a little bit of that kind of guessing game away and kind of adds me a little bit more time to have when I actually sit down to do these projects, because they are a little bit time consuming. I don't think I need to tell you guys that. You probably already know. They're fun. They are a great stress release. When I'm doing that, it does not feel like work, even if I'm recording a video. That's why sometimes I do the voiceovers, because while I'm actually crafting, I don't want it to feel like a task. So I do the voiceover so that way I can kind of just craft. Okay, now I'm realizing these are all like in my way, and this just ripped. So I need something here that's a little bit smaller, because I think this is too big. I love this. Maybe I can put this here, and then I can put like the coffee cup or something here. Wait a minute. I told you, I'm all over the place, y'all. I'm all over the place. Oh, there's bookmarks. There's a lot of small things. Oh, there's a pen. There we go. Okay. So, there's a couple of things I know I need to do this coming week. So I need to set up my weekly planner for whatever. Now, I'm not going to map that out for what day I'm going to do it, because I don't think I'm going to film a video for my weekly catch-all. So I'm going to put this here. Oh, this pen is skipping. Oh, this is the 05. For some reason, I find that the Ritex 05s do not work as good as the 07. I mean, yeah, the 07s. Where are my 07s? Okay, so I'm going to put that here, and then I'm going to do an arrow, because I want to put maybe the sticker book I want to use, but I don't want to map it out for a specific day of the week. All right, so my weekly catch-all, I actually need to decorate some pages for my fitness and wellness, because I decorated like 9 pages for the month. Actually, I ended up doing 15 for the month of February, because after I filmed my video, I did the 6 more to cover the first half of February. But between January the 19th through like that first part of February, I haven't decorated those pages yet, but I think I'm gonna do it this weekend. So that'll be part of this week's. So let's come back to here, and I'm gonna put here fitness daily pages, and I might do this as a TikTok. So I'm adding some of my social media in here. Okay. So I don't have to do fitness and wellness daily planner. My hemlock and oak is going to be every other day. So I'm probably going to do Sunday for the weekend. I'll do the weekend together. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to pencil in. Do we have bullet points? Because I want to make this cute. Now, some of you are like, why are you planning out when you're going to be in your planner? I have multiple planners. I have multiple journals. But like I said, this just helps me out. This planner, as I hopefully described in my voiceover, I was looking for a purpose for the planner, because I definitely wanted to use the goals section. And this is what I landed on. And through trial, through like in December when I tried out this kind of thought process. Actually, it wasn't in December. I think it was more in October, because then I switched to using this as a catch-all in December. When I did like a trial run of this, I liked it. And it's something that is kind of keeping me up to speed and like almost on track when it comes to my journals as well as my planners, but specifically my journals. So I want to do my H&O daily. We're just going to do this. Eventually this may not appear on here because I am not going to map out the actual decorations for that, because I just kind of go off of vibes there. It might be related to something, I don't know. All right, so what I have to do this week, this is all over the place, y'all, because I'm usually sitting here quietly and going all over the, like, just kind of bouncing between different things. All right, I think for Monday, I'm going to put on here, I'm going to put H&O Memory Keeper. I'll just put vertical. No. See, I'm already messing up. There we go. My H&O horizontal. Now, that is also another planner that I really don't think about when it comes to themes until I start to until I map out my photos and stuff. So for here, I know what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to print photos. And I'm going to have to choose my stickers. So I'll do that. But I'm going to have to do the photos first to see what theme it is. So for the week, I did the first week with you guys. And it was a lot of me having like dinners and lunches with friends. So I did like a very like feminine kind of like girly type theme. Last week, which I did not do on camera, was very work heavy. Like I did a really big work project and did a presentation and stuff. So that one was I used my Office Chic sticker book from Live Love Posh to theme that one. So it's not going to get themed until I print my photos. We may get snow this weekend. We may not. So it might be a snow theme. I don't know. Because other than that, my life has been revolving around work this week. So it might be either another work theme or a snow theme. Depends upon whether or not we get snow. So that is what I'm thinking there. Then I'm also thinking travel journal. We'll just say travel journal. I know what it is. I need to work on that as well. So those are going to be the two priorities for Monday. If I end up having some time off Monday, I might add something else to the fray. So Tuesday is going to be my H&O daily. I have a doctor's appointment that day, which means I've been trying to do midday workouts, which means I'm going to do an evening workout. So I'm probably not going to be able to do much else there. So we're going to go ahead and just leave that one as is for right now. Now we're going to come to Wednesday and I want to use some boxes. All right, so for here, I should have more time. And the other thing that I need to do this week, hold up. Okay, so I've kind of started mapping out my videos. And the other thing I've also done on here, yes, this is a scatterbrain video, but this is real life, y'all. Is I put like the weeks I need to do certain setups. This week, I need to do my February catch-all. I need to do this setup, and I need to do my wellness journal. Those are the three setups I want to do this week because I want videos to go out that first week. Plus, I need to... Like my setup wasn't based on when videos go out. My setup was based on just spreading it all out. So that way I'm not doing like 8 planners on the same week as far as February setup. So like I said, that I have 3 planners I will be doing February setups for the coming week. That's going to be that I'm planning for. And then I will do the rest this week. All right. So with that said, I have a doctor's appointment, so that should be good for my wellness. So I think on Wednesday, I'm going to do my catch-all February setup. And I think this is why I do this, guys. This is why I do this. This is one of the main reasons why I do this. I want to use these stickers because they are adorable. I got them from Creative Fabrica. I'm going to have to cut these by hand because my Cricut didn't do a good job of cutting them. So that's one reason why I like doing this in advance. So I'm going to say the Valentine Creative Fabrica stickers. And I think I'm going to pair this with Martinez Sticker Company florals because there were a lot of blooms that came out as part of this latest release, but I'm also going to look at last year's printables because I also have last year's printables, and I think I'm going to pair it with that. I think that would work really well. So I'm going to do some Martinez Sticker Company blooms, which means I need to print MSC stickers. And let's take a quick look at my catch-all. I am not familiar. I've only been in this planner for, like I said, 1 month. All right, so I don't think I need this anymore. We'll just kind of copy what I did last month. I don't like these sticky notes. They leave residue behind. All right. The reason why I'm looking at this is because I had wanted to, let's look at January, how I did January. Okay, I put clear stickers here. Okay, so I can do, down here I need paper. Okay, so I need a mix between paper and clear. That's the reason I was looking at. I was like looking at what I need to cover up. And I could cover this up with scrapbook paper though. I should have some somewhere. So that's something that I want to have ready to go when it comes time to actually sit down and do all of this. So I want to print Martinez Sticker Company stickers. I think I want to do a combo of clear or transparent is what it is, and matte. Well, when I say matte, it's white. And that's not the correct, like, it's transparent, and then you also have matte transparent, but I mean matte white. So that's what I want to do there. So I have that and that. So that's done. Because it's a work day, that's probably the only setup I'm going to be able to do. This is also something that I'm going to be filming. So I'm going to do like this and say film for YouTube. There we go. Obviously, you don't have to be filming videos for YouTube in order to do all of this, but if you have a lot of planners and journals, sometimes this helps to map things out. All right, so Thursday, when we were looking at here, it was Trip Memory Keeper, incorporating. Okay, so again, I need to do my H&O daily. All right. And what else do I need to do? I don't know. That might be it for Thursday. I have a very, very busy like work schedule. So I really can't do that much during the week. So yeah. My work schedule, when I say it's very busy, I also mean that it's sometimes inconsistent. So I could be working later than intended. So I have to, you know, kind of keep that in mind as well. All right. So when Friday comes, I do want to film a video on Friday, so that way I'm not having to do too much on Saturday and Sunday. I will like to use Saturday and Sunday as more of my creative time, so not necessarily filming videos. I don't like to film a lot of videos back to back because then I run out of things to talk about, and I'm a chatty girl, and I like to chat in my videos. So for Friday, this is when I want to do my wellness. Journal. So when I say my wellness journal, I am talking about this guy. So what I do to set up my wellness journal, I'm going to need to do a cover page, do my goals, and then we're going to set up all of my pages for the week, for the month, which might be different than how I did it this month. So I do think I'm going to be using some of my inserts from not inserts, but some of the A5 stickers from Amy Plans Things. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to use like the theme because I just did an entire journal on that theme. So I'll probably use the actual stickers from that for one of my monthly calendars. But she has these right here. This. I want to use some of these in my planner. I mean, yeah, well, that's planner journal. But I don't know what else I want to use yet. So this one is still up in the air. I think I do want it to be a red, and I think I do want it to be like a Valentine's theme. So I do want it to be a V-Day theme because I just think it'll be fun looking back through. I'm just not sure yet what stickers. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research. I'd like to do some like fitness kind of theme in there as well. Not on every page, but like especially on the goals page. So what I may need to do here, again, this is why I do this. I need to check Creative Fabrica for a red, pink. Fitness. That's all I'm going to say. Red and pink fitness. There we go. All right, here they don't have this in Live Love Posh, so I'm gonna have to look. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is on the weekends I have a hard time. Oh, this has to go here. Maybe it's why I shouldn't put stickers down first. I'm gonna put this over here now because the habits is now covered, or some of it is. So we're gonna put this here. Okay, so we have my wellness journal. We have my wellness journal done. We have my catch-all journal done. We have this here. So here I'm gonna write H&O. No, I'm gonna write H&O daily here, and I'm gonna put it here too. I don't know if I'm going to do it both days or not, but I would like to kind of think about it. All right, so this is where we're going to do some more trip memory keeping. So I'm going to do my travel journal. I'm going to just work on, we said international and cruises. Okay, so that's really what I want to like focus on as far as other projects for the week. Could I possibly set up my currently journal? I don't think I have any type of theme, but I think for the month of January, I think I'm going to want to do winter. So I'm thinking ice and snowflakes. Just thinking ice and snow. Because yeah, I need to set it up for January, which it's along with the plan. It's something that I wanted to either do at the beginning of the following month or at the end of the current month is when I would do that. So now we have 3 things here. That might be the only things that I think I need to actually focus on. I keep going back to my calendar because it just kind of helps me remember what I need to do. I need to do my project planner setup, but I can do that. We'll do that on Sunday. I don't think I'm going to do a YouTube video for that. This, I think I'm going to do a YouTube video. For that. Oh, that's part of that. Okay. I think that's it. Now, the only other journals that I have to set up for the week, there's things I need to write in, and I'm going to put that here as my habit tracker. So I need to do my 3-year journal. I'll just write 3-year, and I really only need to do it 3 times for the week. I need to do my affirmations journal. I want to do that every day. I'm going to put on here to H&O horizontal. I'm going to say pre-plan. So like do this. I need to figure that out. I think that's it. I really don't have that much to do. Now I need to start thinking about my reading journal. So if it's really cold and I have time, I may even set up my reading journal. So I might do that here too. All right, so yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else really to add. I'll probably think of things as soon as the camera cuts off. Again, I'm going to come into this planner as part of my weekly reset on Sunday and fill in some other things because like I said, it's Thursday night. I still have 3 more days before the week actually starts. So I do have a little bit more breathing room, but these are things that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get done this weekend because I have a lot more stuff I need to do this weekend for creative projects and things like that. So I like to just make sure that I'm not falling behind on projects. Now, you're not going to see every single project in here because some of them I don't care if I fall behind. They're just fun projects that I pick up whenever. Like I have a journal that I plan to start soon, but I haven't yet. That's the one where I'm going to be doing like finding like fun travel destinations, journaling about it, scrapbooking about it, finding maybe local things I want to do, journaling about it, scrapbooking about it. So I can refer to that book for things like that in the future, maybe check them off. So kind of like a bucket list, kind of not, I don't know. But obviously that'll never show up on here because that is to be done as I feel like it. There are several other journals that are also classified as that, but these are the ones I really, really want to stay on top of. And once I fall behind, it's gonna be hard to catch up. So this is something that I have found, at least for the last 3 weeks, has worked perfectly. I got to keep saying that. Maybe this gave you guys some ideas, some inspiration. As I mentioned, I am using this as a separate planner because I wanted to use the MakseLife goal setting planner, and it just worked really well to integrate both of these two together. It makes it more likely that I will come in here and do my weekly action steps because I'm coming in here to do this and to check on this. So now I can, or when I come in here to do my weekly action steps, now I can check on this. So that's the reason why I'm using this for this specifically. However, if you don't have a planner or an extra planner, you can do a notebook, or perhaps, especially if you have room in your current planner and your weekly layout, maybe you can just add this there. You can see here, I only have 2 things. I have 1 thing. I have a couple of things here. Some of this is because I'm printing. So a lot of these extra things I write is because I have to actually print stuff. So I need to write notes to myself for that. But if, that is taken out of the equation, it's even less. Like I said, I'm going to come in here and pick certain sticker books. I've only did that for a couple of my themes, but I do feel like that is helpful as far as like cutting down on time. Also, I know we're still early in the year, but I know some people might have started a planner, didn't love it, and switched planners. Maybe one of those planners that you abandoned, whether it be this year or even last year, maybe you can repurpose it for something like this. Yeah, what have you. And yes, it doesn't have to be just these like planners or creative project type things. It could be anything. Like for me, like I say projects, things that just require multiple steps. So you just kind of need to write down all of the steps that need to be done. So you have everything ready to go once you're, ready to start them. So yeah, that is it. I hope this helped you guys. I hope it gave you guys some ideas. I will continue sharing this on my channel, mostly in the setup format as far as decorating and stuff like that. I probably will pop in every so often and we'll do an actual like plan with me like this, but I definitely wanted to do this early on in the year just to give you guys some ideas and things of that nature as well. Plus this is a new concept to me and to my channel, so that's the reason why I also wanted to do a video for this. But for the most part, this will be featured in a lot of my weekly setup videos, and maybe even my monthly setup. I don't know yet. Because I'm filming that next week. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, so please press that like button. And if you've yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That's all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.